I was the supervisor of flying for the 354th Tactical Fighter Wing in Myrtle Beach. Got everything that was flyable launched to a Hurricane base. Called the weather guys. They said it's coming here with 155 knot winds. I went home, got the wife, the girls, the dogs, the steaks off the grill, threw them in the car, and headed out the gate. Tom Little, class of 74.
John Miles, class of 84, and I were working as satellite mission commanders in Colorado Springs. We watched a live DoD weather satellite. My father-in-law, John Brody, class of 61, lived in Mount Pleasant. I called him from the control center and told him to evacuate with extreme haste. They made it out on the back roads and hunkered down in Columbia with less than 24 hours to spare. When they were able to return, they found a large pine tree had sliced their house in two. He said the only reason he didn't ride out the storm was because he trusted fellow Citadel grads wouldn't lead him astray. Rodney West, class of 86.
I was a knob. We had to tape every window in the barracks and move all the stuff from the first floor to the second and third floors. It was like a scene from a horror movie. Creepy and overcast and calm. But something felt off. Paul Mazoski, class of 93.
Charleston looked like a war zone. Hampton Park was leveled. You could see all the way into the Citadel campus. The trees on the parade ground were gone. It was a ghost town. The eerie thing was that there was no sound. No background noise of birds, animals, people, cars. It was as if the sound had been sucked out by the storm. Andy Bowman, class of 84.
Like many, I returned to campus early, assisted with the campus cleanup, endured the pine salt tasting water, and learned to laugh and deal with whatever craziness life throws at you. David Halfacre, class of 91.
When we went back to class, our accounting professor tells us he had an antique desk in his office in Bond Hall. He spent hours putting the desk up on blocks, drying it out. He was in front of Bond talking to another professor. The large window is open, and he looks up to see the cleanup crew toss his desk from the third floor into the dumpster. Roger Herring, class of 91.
I was a knob and returning to a wrecked campus. We had to do the world's biggest sweep. Mark Robinson, class of 93.
Trees gone. First and parts of second divisions were toast, sleeping 3 to 4 guys in a room. I thought the water tasted more like I imagined a pot of Clorox and chipped cardboard would taste. Stephen Goforth, class of 93.
I can still taste the water. Herb McCoy, class of 93.
The tar cookers for repairing the roofs were outside of our second division windows for weeks, along with the smell. I remember in the mess hall the water had a flavor in it, from the trees that had fallen in the river that tea nor bug juice covered up. I got some classmates to bring back a case of water. First time I ever heard of Zephyr Hills. Mitch Knight, class of 91.
I helped with the cleanup at the Sears. Had skin come off my feet from working in the water so long. Michael King, class of 91.
As a cadet, you came back as soon as possible. Instantly, the city of Charleston had a 1,200-man cleanup crew. Upperclassmen ran the chainsaws and we moved branches. I can't recall exactly how long we missed classes that first semester, but to this day our class still jokes our knob year. We were so tough the cadre needed a break before Thanksgiving furlough. Joseph Williams, class of 93.
The entire 1989 football team stayed on campus that week and cleaned all day until practice. Lance Henson, class of 92.
We were scheduled to go to the Navy game that weekend. We were waiting for the buses to take us to Annapolis. I had driven my car to the parking garage on Haygood Avenue and walked back to the barracks. When the buses were not going to make it back in time, they let us leave. I had to walk back to get my car, then picked up my girlfriend and David Goldie and went to Greenwood to stay at her mom's house. I believe the Dogs won the football game, which involved a negative 7-yard punt by the Navy punter, but I could be wrong about that. Tim Hart, class of 90.